chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Alright y'all, welcome back. It's another video. My name is Gigi with a capital GG. Oh, did y'all hear that? Oh, my wrist. You know, and if you don't know, well, now you know. So we are gonna be doing like a little, I don't know what this video really is. All I know is that I wanted to do like another Christmas makeup type of video, but then I'm gonna make it into a story time because as you guys see down below, this is a story based off of me, true life, and how a girl basically tried to come for me and I almost lost my daughter. So we're gonna get into this video. So you know, as always, we go in with our primer. But y'all, so this is like more of like a difficult type of story than I usually would tell anybody, but it's just like with you guys being like my new family and all, I just want to be as transparent as I can be, and by that, get to know me. So this is more of one of my moments where I was at, I want to say like my lowest type of moment, and it was nothing like, I wasn't doing like bad hard drugs and all that other stuff. I was smoking though, but it was to the point where somebody thought that I'm sorry y'all, this is from a short that I did not too long ago, and I still got that hot pink on me and the glitter. But anyways, this is like way before I had like my daughter, and I was like a month in to having her, so I was like a couple weeks pregnant. And so we're just gonna start through the whole beginning. So I met my baby father and we hit it off right away, yada yada yada. Y'all get another video on that one. A few years go along. Obviously it was like, not obviously because y'all don't know, but me and him was living with my grandmother, who also was living with my uncle, and then soon enough my cousin started staying there. Now my cousin had many girlfriends, and he didn't think it was he didn't think that it was an issue of how he was meeting these girls or whatever. He just brought them around just to do whatever he wanted to do, and that was that. Now with me, you can do whatever you want, just leave me out of it, because I don't want to have nothing to do with your business. At that point, I was just trying to see how I could get money and survive off of doing what I was doing, which was working and being pregnant at the same time, y'all. I had a third shift job. I was working from like 3 to 1 o'clock in the morning, pregnant. Like, I was still trying to process the fact that I was pregnant. But at one point, my grandfather gave my uncle a van, and the van soon enough stopped working. So my uncle actually lent it to my cousin for a while, as he was basically sleeping in the van, because it was a pretty large van. It was one of those that you go across the country type of vans with. And with that being said, him and one of his girlfriends was living in that van. And I don't know, I was living in a room, like I was there first, so obviously I ain't living in no van. And even if I was there last, I'm still not living in no van. You couldn't pay me enough money. But after a while, it was getting too wild, where there was too many people coming in and out of my grandmother's house. Like, it was me and my baby daddy, and then it was my uncle, and then my cousin and his whoever he was with at the time. It doesn't really matter. All I knew was that they were doing them and I was doing me with whatever situation I had going on. But fast forward to the day in question. I had started this job at like a t-shirt printing company, and my cousin basically asked me if she could get a job there because obviously she was looking, and I was just like, hey, I'll put in a word. Can't guarantee anything, but at least say I did it. So I basically told them like, hey, if we need more workers, are you guys interested in like who I have? And push come to shove, they said yeah. Now mind you, I did not know this girl from Adam and Eve. It's just a person my cousin was seeing, and I left it as that. I didn't really care too much about all the other details. She needed a job, whatever. I'm a nice person like that. I'll look out for people even if I don't know them. So basically a couple months, I wouldn't even say a couple months, like a couple weeks went by. She was there, it was fine, but it's just like she kept giving me like these nasty looks, and I was just like, bro, what is your issue? Like, you're my cousin's girlfriend, like what could you possibly want right now? But apparently she had an issue with me, and I didn't know why. But it's like, I don't even know. You get this feeling when people have issues with you, and it's quite unsettling because it's just like anything could pop off in no time. And me as a person, I'm not a fighter. I don't tend to fight. I don't want to fight. I just talk things out like an adult and figure it out from there. This girl wanted to fight people 24/7. You knew it even before anything started happening. Like, you knew she was like one of those that just tries to fight no matter what the situation is. But all of a sudden, there's these adorable ladies that I used to work with, and they're all from some sort of Hispanic background. Like, one lady was from Cuba, one lady was from Mexico, one lady was from Puerto Rico, but they all like clan together basically because they all came from almost the same type of background. Like, they all came here to the United States at one point and they bonded over that. Okay, cool. So me being a new mom, they gravitated towards me, and because obviously I work there and I'm very nice to people, so they didn't have no issues with me. But once I got pregnant, they were like super protective over me. So they used to give me like every lunch. Everybody knew that I don't really eat lunch, but they were just like, you need to eat this, you need to eat that, and would give me like a whole bag of grapes and would pack me food because they knew that I didn't pack anything for myself. And it's just like, it was so sweet. I loved all of them and still do to this day. Like, I appreciated all of them for what they were trying to do. And for some odd reason, there was this one girl who joined after everybody got there. She had joined our little third shift group, as you want to call it. But she was one of those people that is just like too proud in what she does when it comes to like dancer type of vibes. Like, okay, I am not prejudiced against people who strip, do stripping, nothing. Make your money, boo-boo. But it's just like, if you're that type of person who is like shaking your ass 24/7 in a place of business that's not about that, don't do that. Like, it makes no sense. Like, what are you doing that for? All right, so right now I'm gonna go in. I don't know if I want to choose, focus. I don't know if I want to do this one, which is ruby red, or the brooch. I don't know. Rogue. or ruby? Oh, or ruby. I feel like I should do ruby because it's kind of like a more mellowed down red. And that would look so good with this green that I'm about to do. Here, let me put these two together. See which one I want to do. Okay, I'm gonna do the ruby. But okay, so the ruby is gonna go all over this eye, and then I'm gonna do it under this one. And then the green is gonna go all over this eyelid and then under this one. So we're gonna get started with that. But anyways, this girl was like way too like, oh, I'm a dancer and I do this, I make this much money. Okay, if you made that much money, what are you doing here? Like, clearly you didn't make that much money if you work in here for third shift. Like, at this time of night, you should be there. So clearly you ain't making that much money. So I don't know what you bragging about. Like, she was doing too much basically. But I kept my mouth shut because I don't judge people. But it's to the point where, like, girl, no one cares. Just keep it to yourself. No one cares at this point. But her and my cousin's girlfriend clicked up. Because that's... people attract the same type of people. But all of a sudden, one day, one of the ladies was basically going around and helping some people out. So like in the t-shirt industry, you have people who print, people who actually like manually print, like actually squeegee the paint onto the t-shirts, or you have a machine that has about like 20 different tables with 20 different shirts going on at one time. You got one person on one side pulling the shirts off and putting it on like a conveyor belt to go into the oven, or you have the person who puts the shirts on and controls all how fast you guys go and actually pays attention on if something's printing or not. But that particular night, I think I was helping. Yeah, I was helping taking shirts off and putting them on the oven belt. And the one other ladies, they were going around. So we have like everybody on a machine, and then we have one person going from place to place putting t-shirts on a cart. So when the person's ready to put the t-shirt on the machine to go around and get printed, then we'll be ready, because we're not sitting here waiting on product to just keep going around. But she, for some odd reason, oh, you're good. She, for some reason, was trying to start the girl back up. The girl that was trying to, or the dancer girl, not my cousin's girlfriend. She was trying to ask people if they needed help or not. So she got to their table, because they were the girls that were putting, they were actually putting the shirts and folding them and putting them back in the boxes just so we can give it to the customer. So that was their job. And she was just like, can I help you with anything? They were being very rude and was just like, no, we don't need your help. Go away and all this other stuff. And I was just like, bro, you don't need to be that rude. But I said that in my head. I just wanted to see how everything was going to plan out. But overall, you shouldn't be talking to people like that. Like, that's rude. What are you talking to people like that for? She literally is doing her job and she's trying to help. So the lady literally went to our boss, or our supervisor, I should say. It was just like, dude, I can't do my job if they're not going to let me help. Like, there's nothing else to do. Everybody else is stocked up because she did all of our stations already. So she was just looking for another thing to, like, another place to find work. Ooh, this is kind of like a murky green. But I think I have like glitter somewhere, so I might just glitter it up afterwards. But this is like a, oh, what is this? It's on this side. That's not, so this is like olive green and it's from Oprah. So that's what I'm using, this green right here. kind of like an army green. But she was just like, hey, I am done with everybody else's jobs. Like, what am I supposed to do? Because they're not letting me help them. And they were new. So it's just like, clearly you two needed help. And you guys weren't sorting shirts and putting shirts on carts at the same time. So why aren't you letting this lady help you? But either way, they weren't having it. And it was just like, we're all hungry. So let's just get through it. So we all had lunch. This was like our 30-minute lunch. And apparently, well, no, let me back up. So after she did all that, then the girl that was like the dancer girl, she was sitting there yelling at her, talking about some girl. Didn't we just tell you that we didn't want your help? Why are you yelling at her? First of all, this lady could barely speak English. And then she was getting upset because the girl acted like she was trying to fight her. And clearly, she's too old to be sitting there fighting with you. So why are you trying to fight her in the first place? I'm dropping everything. So basically, the lady started crying and then I said something. Because it's just like, I vouch for you, my cousin's girlfriend, who's trying to gang up on this lady for your other friend who you barely know. And I was just like, yo, you need to cool it. Like, we're all here to work. Just be chill. And then that's when we all went to break. Now, my cousin has anger issues. Not gonna say why he has anger issues, he just does. But somehow during our break, she called him and was just like, she was talking about me, by the way. Because this is only because I told them that they needed to chill and stop, because obviously the lady didn't want to fight them. But apparently she told him that I was yelling at them, I was sitting there cursing them out, I was saying their living situation, and that I told everybody about it. And I was just like, girl, I do not talk about you. I have my own issues, and you think I have time at work to talk about you? Oh no. So basically the whole lunch she was talking to him, and he apparently was on his way to my job, I guess, to confront me about something. Either way, it don't matter. You're my cousin, and whatever you say, I'm just gonna dismiss him in the end anyways, because no person that I don't know is gonna tell me what I need to be doing and how I need to be acting just because you're dating one of my older cousins. No, I don't care. And first of all, I don't talk about nobody if I ain't got business talking about you. You never came up in none of my conversations with anybody, and the fact that you think that I do means that you be thinking about me way too much and that you're very insecure. But that's your business, not mine. So basically, the reason why I'm putting on my foundation now is because I want to go in with my concealer underneath my eyes so it doesn't get too dark when I put the matching eye colors on the opposite eyes. And it just helps make it brighter, kind of like how I did with my eyelids. So that's what we're doing now. But yeah, she called him like he was gonna sit there and scare me or something. And I was just like, this dude is my cousin, not my daddy. So, and I was like, what was I, like 19 at the point in time. So it's just like, he definitely didn't have no say so on what I was doing with my life. But it's cute that she tried though. But yeah, after basically she sat there and called this man, apparently he was on his way. I didn't know that. And she tried to make it a secret. And we was just going back to work like normal. And the lady didn't go over there again after that because who wants to go back by negativity? So she just stayed there. She basically stayed by us. And all of a sudden, I start working. And my cousin is outside of the door at my job. And mind you, we were working, like I worked in a warehouse. So warehouses in third shift. Warehouses at third shift jobs, they are not open. Like, you're not gonna see anybody at all besides like just cars just sitting there. And all the doors are shut, all the doors are locked, and all the doors are closed. So he decides to go to the farthest door. Like, he had to go through the woods basically to get to the door that is open, because we have to have some doors open, especially in the summertime, because let me tell you, you have 4, not 1, not 2, but 4 ovens at 375 degrees, and we're cooking like at least 1,400 shirts per machine. It be getting hot in there. So what he thought he was doing was he stuck his head through the door and was just like, you need to come here. When I told you I ignored him like he wasn't even there, I was just like, okay, I ain't going nowhere and I'm gonna stay right here. But then my boss saw who was at the window, and he was just like, first of all, if somebody is at your job and you don't know who they are, clearly you're not about to just sit here and be, oh, hi, how are you? No, this is like third shift and you're coming out like the dark of the dark, because there's nothing but woods in the back. And then all of a sudden a person just comes and emerges from the door out of nowhere at like 10 o'clock at night. No, my boss was just like, who are you? And what are you doing here? And all of a sudden, his girlfriend comes to the door, was just like talking, yada, yada, yada. I don't know what happened over there. All I just know is that she went over there, talked to him, and then all of a sudden, my boss goes over there and was just like, okay, who's this? And I guess they told him that he was my cousin and that he was his girlfriend and that there was some issue. So my boss tried to get me over there because all he wanted to do was just get this done and over with and let's get back to working. But what ended up happening was my cousin got more heated as he was sitting there, because I was literally adamant about coming to that door. Like, I already knew that there was gonna be a bunch of bull crap that was happening. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and lose my job over y'all. Y'all wanna be petty. Like, I don't associate with pettiness. So I literally sat there and I kept doing my work. I did not move from my spot. I was just like, no. He was like, come here. I was like, no. You're not about to sit here and try to come at me some type of way, especially when I'm working. I literally kept saying that. I was like, I'm working. I'm not about to sit here and come to you and stop what I'm doing for my money to talk to you about what. So push comes to shove. It took about like 15 minutes for me to finally go over there, because clearly my boss was getting upset. He was just like, bro, just go see what he wants and then come back. I was just like, you don't understand. He basically got told something and she just created this whole thing, and you're probably gonna not see me in the next like 30 minutes because he gonna be yelling and screaming for no reason. So I go out there. Well, she goes back to her spot or whatever, and I go out there. All of a sudden, my cousin starts trying to check me, talking about some, why are you talking about us? Why are you talking about our situation? Yada, yada, yada. And I was just like, bro, nobody's talking about your situation. What happened was your girlfriend was sitting here trying to be a bad person to somebody, and I spoke up for that person. And whatever she told you, that's just what she told you. I ain't had nothing to do with none of that after the fact. I left it alone. Clearly everybody else did, considering everybody was back to doing what they were doing before. And I basically told them, like, they were really trying to square up with this older lady just because she tried to help her. And then he just started getting loud, talking about something. I don't care about none of that. And was really getting in my face. And I was just like, what are you getting in my face about? Because whatever issues that you two got going on, that's you two. I ain't got nothing to do with that. And then he, out of the blue, started talking about she talking about you talking about us and our situation. I was like, when have I ever sat there and talked about your situation? But then once somebody heard, which is her, my cousin's girlfriend, once she heard that line, she decided to walk her little butt over to the door as well, just to be nosy, and was just like, well, she was basically egging it on, talking about something. Yeah, she been talking about us and all this other stuff. And I was like, girl, I do not care about you. I honestly do not. When and where and why would I talk about you? You don't cross my mind. You don't hang out with the same people I hang out at work. And we don't even be in the same area. So what do you have to do with me? But after like 5 minutes of us arguing, somehow, some way, mind you, everybody in this place knows I'm pregnant, including her and including him. Somewhere out of the blue, she puts her hand in my face. And once before, because this isn't the first time that she's gotten into my like face before and tried to punk me out like I was a child. Like, no. I told her once before, like, put your hand in my face, it's not gonna be sweet. And so she put her hand in my face trying to fight, and I really wasn't trying to fight nobody. But all of a sudden, I swung at her. Y'all, when I told you I saw black, because first of all, when I warn you, I don't fight. If I warn you saying like, hey, if you put your hand in my face again, there's gonna be some issues. You should take that and basically stop messing with me because I'm not playing with you. She took it as a joke. And all of a sudden, all I know, I'm gonna just say I blacked out because I technically did. Because all I know is that I had a piece of her wig in my hand, ripped it out somehow, and then we just started going on the floor. Now, this all could have been prevented if people weren't lying, saying that I did something, and basically try to use my family against me. And there shouldn't have been no reason of why this happened if you were literally a genuine good person. Like, and even after that, she was just like, I'm a good person, and all this other stuff. Girl, if you're a good person, why did you do all this? And this is over a whole situation that didn't even have to do with you two. You basically brought that upon yourself. What is that? But yeah, this is what it looks like so far. Let me put the light on. Oh no, the light is off. Oh well, but let me put this up a little bit. I feel like the green side should be a little bit higher. Oh no. But it's just like, you started this whole thing between a family for what? Just so you can be messy? Like, I don't deal with messy people. I really don't. But she wanted to take it there, so I definitely took it there. But for a slight second, I did forget that I was pregnant. Now, this is where the coworkers came in and it was funny. So me and her basically wrestling on the ground. Here comes the older ladies talking about some, no, the baby. And something in me like stopped. And I was just like, oh crap. Like I told y'all before, I was new in finding out that I was pregnant, like within days. So when this all happened, I was not prepared to get into no fights or nothing. It just so happened that people are being so ignorant and trying to fight for no reason. And so I basically just told her, hey, you don't talk to me and I don't talk to you. But at that exact moment, oh, my cousin tried to get into the fight. Literally wrestled her down to the ground, was fighting her, and then he went with us because he was trying to pull us away from each other, knowing that he was the reason why we was fighting in the first place, because you wanted to come up there like big dog on ice, sitting there trying to check me. Like, bro, I'm your family regardless of what I do. It don't matter. What did you checking me for? And first of all, you didn't even wait to hear my side of the story anyways. You just decided to just go all ham mighty because she said something and it made you look like you were a hero for like 5 seconds. I'm like, no. Both y'all can get a life. Alright, so I'm getting rid of this from my face because it's been there for a minute. All right, so basically what I'm gonna do now is put like glitter on just the lower lid of both, and then I'm going to line them up. No, I'm not even gonna line them up. I'm just gonna leave them like this actually, but I'm gonna put some glitter on and then I'm gonna put my lashes on and then do my whole face that way. All right, so I'm going to start, I think I'm gonna start with the red side. So let me get that ready now. But basically, for that whole entire moment in my life, that's when I was the most scared. Because me being so young, well, not being so young because I was only like 19, 20. I was turning 20, actually. Me being 20 years old, not being a parent, and then just now all of a sudden being a parent, I was just like, after I fought her and everything happened, how am I gonna sit here and bring a life into this world and everybody is like going at each other, like very bad at each other? And I was just like, how am I going to protect her if I can't even do that? Like, I could have calmed myself down in 5 seconds flat, but because ignorant people wanted to see me squirm, I basically lost sight of that for that many seconds. And that's honestly what I thought to myself, like, after everything happened. And it was nothing that anybody else could do but sit there and watch it happen. Because the ladies, obviously they're older and they shouldn't even be fighting. But then I'm an expecting mother, young expecting mother, and I'm fighting for a reason that ain't worth nothing. It's not worth my child at all. But I just thank God every day that she is healthy, funny, somewhat well behaved because she's 2, but that's a different story. But I just don't take things for granted anymore. Like, that was a scary moment because after all of that, I really thought, like, I could have lost her because of your ignorance and because of my ignorance. Like, I take full responsibility. Like, even though she hit me, I let my ego basically take charge with that one. Because I could have let that go and walked away. But because I didn't want people thinking, like, oh, stuff's sweet, and because I basically already warned her, like, don't sit there and touch me. Now, the reason why I'm stopping my story is because I really thought that this green was going to be more popping, like this red. Don't you see that red? Like, let me see. Let me think. I wonder if I spray my setting spray on the brush, it might make the whole entire glitter go good. Because what I'm using is Do Good green glitter, and then I'm using, what is that? Use Your Voice. Yes. Use Your Voice for the red. And the red kind of looks good already. Like, it gave it like a little shimmer there. But for the green, can't really see anything. So I'm gonna see how this works on here. I think I want to do that for the bottom too. I'm gonna do it for the bottom. But yeah, what my message is basically by sharing this story is just like, if you've ever been like tested in your life, don't necessarily dwell on it, because this moment right now is me basically thanking God that nothing did happen, but then at the same time, I'm learning from my mistakes. Like, I'm not sitting here fighting. Like, I never really was a fight person, so I can't really say it was a lesson not to fight, because I don't really fight. But it was a lesson to think before I act, because it could affect other people. And who would that affect? The unborn child that was at that moment. And we're gonna do the ones from last time because I still got a bunch of them. Oh my God, I think I got some in my eye. People that I used to hang out with and deal with is not worth it. Not worth my time nor energy. And you don't need people that are like that in your life. Like, even if they're family. If family members is gonna be sitting there not basically helping you and like building yourself, they don't need to be there. If family members are not gonna be like, well, not necessarily. If you just have bad beef with your family members, they don't need to be around you. Just because they're family and they're blood don't mean that they need to be around you 24/7. That don't mean that they need to be in your circle. And people think just because we blood, okay, they have to be a part of me. No, you don't. Because God didn't intend for everybody to be in your life. And that's basically how I see it. Like, not everybody is meant to be in my life, not even family members. So My life lesson was, and the sad part about it is that was the family member that I was the closest with. So when I was living there, so basically when I was living there, he was one of the closest family members that I had. Well, one of them, because the other one stopped coming around. And I really do hope that you guys like these type of videos of me just basically having a story time and do my makeup, because I enjoy makeup, but it's just like I'm not used to like having anything like very big like this, and it's something new for me. And I just appreciate where I am now rather than where I used to be, which is why I'm so more comfortable telling these type of stories. Like, yeah, I was not a person that was thinking about other people's feelings and how other people were gonna handle it. I was just thinking about myself, and it's just like I'm in a position where I can definitely see that. Back then, if you would have told me, I would have been like, you lying. But it's like I would think about people, but I wouldn't think about consequences of what would happen after that. I would just be thinking, okay, in the time being, like right now, this is what I'm doing, and I don't care about nobody else's feelings. That's not how it should be. Okay, well, these lashes on this side is not cooperating. It always is like that. Like, one side cooperates, the other side doesn't. Okay. So from here, I am going to do my bottom lashes with the mascara from, I think this is another Ofa brand, because this did kind of come into the kit. No, it didn't. I think it's a Smurl Norman, and I got this a long time ago from somebody. You know what? I want my lashes done so badly, but it's just like I've never had. Nope, I'm not gonna say that. I have had false lashes before, but it's just like I never had them on long enough to know like what it's like to wash them and all that other stuff, because I want the bottom and the top, so I don't have to sit here and look like a naked mole rat on the bottom. Because this right here, me trying to do this and try not to hit the makeup underneath the bottom is very stressful. And it's funny because every girl, don't matter if you do it or not, every girl make that ugly face when it comes to like putting on mascara. Like, I swear every girl does it. It doesn't even matter. I don't care who you are. If you say you don't, you're lying. Bitch, you're lying. And yes, this eye always waters. Like, it never fails. That's why I don't do my makeup. Because what you watering for? But okay. I'm going in with my lighter concealer, because I want it to be like a bright type of look. And we're going to go back in and brighten things up a little bit. And then we are going to contour the face. have this for that. Last time, I think I accidentally said that this was a bronzer. This is actually a concealer that's like probably two shades darker than me. And it works so well. I don't even need a lot of it, so that's why I literally keep it, because why should I use like a whole powder or something that was made for contouring if this is like a cheap, nice way to just do it? Like, it makes no sense for me to do a whole bunch for that little bit. And it does well, like, look. Chiseled. Alright, and then after that, we're gonna do the cheeky area. I don't feel like going down all the way in my duffel bag of makeup, so we're just gonna use an old Muse Cosmetics contour and glow kit. You could tell I've had this for years because look at it. It's almost gone. Just kidding. All right. I haven't used this palette in like forever, so I'm shocked that I'm getting this color out right now. And then we are going to get a little bit of highlight. So we're gonna pick a little bit of this highlight color. It's like a gold. Can't have enough right there in the front. Ooh, thank the Lord I didn't have to go too far for this. All right, so we're gonna finish up with this lipstick. It's not as red as I want it to be, but you know, it's gonna work for what it's going for right now. Lipsticks like the purple that I did like a couple videos ago, perfect. Red, different story. But I don't know if I want to like darken up the top a little bit and just make it like a smoky type of thing, or just leave it like this. I think, what do you guys think I should do? I think I could leave it like this. Nope, I can't. I talked myself out of it. See, y'all should have said something. All right, so we have finished the look, and let's go see how it looks in the mirror. All right, y'all, this is the finished look. I think it came out pretty wonderful. Oh my god, I cannot believe I just did this. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching my video today. It was fun talking to you guys, getting some things off my chest. I hope everybody learned something from this. By just think before you act. Stuff that you do might affect other people and people in general. In my case, it was my daughter, but thank God she's alive and well and thriving throughout the day. But hopefully you guys like these story times and me doing my makeup at the same time, especially for the holidays. Like, look at this, y'all. I did not think that I was gonna do it this well, but let me know in the comments down below. I do have an Instagram, capital GG Beauty, same as my YouTube channel, of course. And let me know, send me some pictures, everything. I will literally try anything at this point because I just shocked myself today. I really did. But once again, you guys look out for the giveaway that I'm giving at 150 subscribers. We're at 142 subscribers. Y'all, it makes me feel so happy that I have people who support me and want to see things that I do, and I appreciate everybody. But I just need you guys to keep liking and subscribing to me, sharing my content and sharing with other people, so I have a bigger and broader audience. Basically, that's how that goes. And make sure you guys comment down below done once you like, shared, and liked all of my videos. Or not all of my videos, just one, but you can like all of my videos. Why not? But that's how you enter to get into the giveaway. So thank you guys for watching my video, and I'll see you guys next time.